Yo,
You're
we're here live, man. Your boy EXILE,
P.O.C.
and you're tuned in to the best interview of your life.
This is the P.O.C. and EXILE introduction vlog. Let's get it.
Who are we, bro? I don't know, man.
Alright, man, so check it out. P.O.C. and EXILE. We are an artist duo from Miami, Florida, specifically from South Miami. We are, in my opinion, music.
Yeah.
We are versatility.
Versatility,
we are
everything. Man.
talent. We are a rapper, singer.
Homestead.
We are hip hop. We are wavy. We are R&B. We are dancehall. We are Afrobeat. We're basically whatever you put in front of us.
We're music, man. Tune in soon, man. iTunes, Spotify, from the jump. I'll take it over. I'll go. I got this. This.
Let my partner here do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? God bless. You know what I'm saying? God bless the dead, man. Shout out to Jody Miller, man. That was my best friend, really. And how I got my name, man, it was a lifestyle change between like transitioning between, you know, some street shit and then just didn't stop doing the bullshit, like pretty much. And when I started transitioning away, a lot of niggas still was on the same thing. And then they were like, man, this is an EXILE, man. We don't even want to chill with this dude no more, man. Now you feel like he's too righteous and shit, man. We don't want to be around him no more. So that's really how I got my name. My boy told me, he was like, man, you really are an EXILE, man. And I was just like, and he called me that ever since, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, long story short, really.
Well, my story's longer, but we gonna shorten it. Nah, man. So realistically, I come from a family of hustlers. I come from a family of people who came to this country with nothing, looking to make something out of it. P.O.C., for those who don't know, stands for Prince of the City. I am the grandson of a man who came to this country with nothing and became a king in his city, became known in his town, became known for being a man, but became known for the respect that he gave. You feel me? And in the hood growing up, don't get me wrong, you know, you do what you gotta do. And he did what he had to do to support his family, even though it may have not been his best decision. He gained the respect from everybody. He gained respect from the Cubans, from the Colombians, from the Mexicans, from the Haitians, from the Jamaicans. He came to the city with nothing, did what he had to do to provide for his family, but in return he became a king of his city. And an OG once told me I had big shoes to fill. And he was a king, I had to become a prince. And P.O.C. became P.O.C., Prince of the City, man.
Yeah. I'm originally from New York, Southside Jamaica, Queens. I moved to Homestead, I'll say like 96, yeah, man, a long time ago. I was a kid when I came here, but I lived down south, exit 9.
Man, me, born in Miami, raised in Fort Myers, Florida, moved here about 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago, moved out here, moved back to Miami. I was born here, left, came back. Man, came here really with nothing more than $1 in a dream. I graduated high school, came out here looking to pursue my dream, knowing that a 9-to-5 wasn't meant for me, and knowing that I had to do something, because
Here we are.
at the end of the day, man, a king don't follow a sheep.
Nope.
And I had to make my own way. So I came back home. I came back to where my family's
But
from.
when the sheep loses his way, responsibility's on the shepherd. Always remember that shit.
I am Puerto Rican and Cuban.
Jamaican, Dominican descent in the backgrounds and shit. You feel me?
You know, we just a couple Caribbean boys, basically.
Yeah, island. Represent the islands, man.
Oh boy,
Hey,
that's
funny,
a
man.
long story.
Man, but I'm gonna keep it short. Pretty much, I just came home from jail, you know what I mean? And I went back to a venue that I worked for, hosting and promoting and shit in downtown Miami. And I pretty much came there with my little cup, stumbling through the VIP and shit. And I just see this nigga in the line just stressing. Like, not in the line, but he was the host and shit, trying to get his people in. And I don't know, something told me, like, he was just stressed. And something told me, man, like, I feel those guys, it was like an intuition, told me, like, though, yo, don't talk to this kid, man. So I reached over, I'm like, yo, you alright? And he looked at me like, nigga? What the fuck? I already saw his face, he was like,
You really like, come on, dude. we ain't friendly around here.
Yeah, you feel me? We don't do this bullshit. But you know me, I don't give a fuck. When I got the little lick in me, man, my guard, man, not my guard, but like, you know, my intensity is a little down, you feel me? So I'm not as intense as when I'm sober and shit. But I'm like, yo, let me help you out, bro. He's like, how? I'm like, hey, all these people that are waiting in line, they with me. Come in. Let the bouncer just open the rope, let all their asses in. And I'm like, yo, if you want to fuck with me, bro, I have a VIP table upstairs, man. You could just have a drink with me and shit. We could just talk shit, bro. That's pretty much it.
And honestly, it just, it really just grew from there, man. It started off as just a coincidence and turned into what it is today, which is a family.
Wow.
All right, well, this is a little bit of a long story, but nonetheless.
We're going to keep it short.
Keep it short. So about 2 or 3 months actually after that night, he gives me a call. He was at a studio down south.
Shout out to MGM, by the way. Shout out to J King.
Facts. It just so happens that I was just driving around a little bit, just chilling, listening to music, just kind of in my own vibe and my own thoughts. And it just happened. He calls me. He goes, "Yo, P.O.C, where you at?" "No, I'm down south. I'm driving around, chilling." He goes, "Man, look, I just pulled to the studio session. Let's just come through and chill for a little bit." We exchanged numbers the night that we were in the club. Man, fuck it, I'll go through. So I came through, whatever. At the time, I wasn't really making music like that. I had stopped making music for a while just because somebody told me I needed to change. I need to go a different direction with my sound, and I didn't really know what to do.
And that's funny because that same time I told him to come through, I was working on a different change in sound at the same time, so it kind of like worked out. You know what I mean?
Type.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever. We pulled to the studio. He's working on a single at the moment. And he's there, he's frustrated. He's sitting down and he's trying to figure out what the fuck, this song is missing something, it's missing something, it's missing something. And he's just there, just holding his head, putting his head down, and he plays the beat's replaying, and it's replaying on the second verse. And I started humming something. Now, mind you, at the time, I was just a head promotions coordinator for Downtown Miami, and I used to rap, and I stopped making music. But I started humming something, he looks at me and he goes, "P.O.C, do that again?" So I started humming something again. And I'm humming, and this time I actually just started singing a little bit. He looks at me, he goes, "Nigga, you sing?" And I was like, "Yeah, man," shit. But I ain't never really thought nothing of it. Well, bottom line is, he looked at me, he pointed at the booth, he goes, "Nigga, get in the booth right now." This just became a feature. And I got in the booth, man, I freestyled something, and it honestly, dude, it just took off. I mean, there were a bunch of people that were outside the studio just chilling, that walked into the studio just to specifically tell us, like, "Yo, like, this is it. Like, I don't know who you boys are, but y'all boys' voices together, this is it."
And going back to what he said when I first met him, them niggas was not friendly at all. They don't want to give you no kind of credit, man. You do your song, they just walk right by you. They don't give a fuck. And then they did that, it was like, all right, we got something going.
That's easy, honestly. We don't even...
A phone call.
That's really it, like...
A phone call, or we walk in each other's session. I walk in, he's here, I pull up, he said, "Yo, jump on this." Vice versa. And
like, it's really... Yeah. It's not that complicated, man. Like, when you've been making music together as long as we have, we already know each other's sound.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of, we hear a beat, and we look at each other, and we already know, like, when we make that eye contact, we already know, all right,
this is hard.
You feel me? Like, we already know each other's sound. We know where we're at in our careers as far as who we are as artists and the type of music that we make. You know, it doesn't matter what beat it is. It can be a dancehall beat. It can be an Afro beat. It can be rap. It can be R&B. I mean, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's like we tell anybody, you can't pinpoint us as a specific genre.
Pretty much when we get the beat, man, that sets the tone. And when the tone is right, then it's like, all right, we have the hook, we set the vibe, then it's on and popping from there.
It's a shared effort.
Yeah, like in the beginning stages up to like this point, I did like 99, I got like 95% of
obviously over time making music together, I've obviously picked up just like he's picked up, and really it's a team effort. It's a team effort, you know. We record each other. We'll mix down each other's vocals. If one of us is busy, the other's busy. But, you know, as far as the recording and mixing, it's me and him.
Yeah,
mastering is him.
Yeah, you feel me? He seen me record so fucking much, like constantly back to back. So it's kind of like he took the load off, like, you know what I'm saying, when we start transitioning to this, like where we're at right now. You know what I mean?
15 minutes.
Yeah, around there. 15 minutes. We had some cases that's very rare where just shit didn't work out. But yeah,
and that's very rare. Yeah, that's one of those situations where it's like we gotta sit down with each other and be like, listen, what happened?
We're about to burn this shit down. When that happens, we're about to burn the whole studio down.
Listen, man. Here's just the fact of it. I don't really give a, honestly, like, you know, no disrespect to any other artists out there. I don't really give a fuck what anybody got to say. At the end of the day, music is about feelings and music is about emotion. And when you sit down in a room, and whether you put your headphones on, you put on the speakers, whatever the case may be, when you listen to that beat, there's already an emotion going through your body. That emotion is already setting the tone for the whole song.
All you have to do is project, and a lot of people, a
lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what fucks them up.
Neither of us.
Nah.
There ain't no.
Nah.
There ain't no laziness.
Our work ethic is like I ain't gonna lie, man.
If there's one thing people in this city know about us, whether it's here, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's whatever city that we've been to, if there's one thing people know about us and can always like vouch for us, is our work ethic.
Our work ethic is
because
like I ain't gonna lie,
that's
it's unrivaled.
That's untouchable.
Yeah, our work ethic is unrivaled. I ain't gonna lie, I'm out to I write fast as fuck.
But then again,
I ain't gonna lie.
But then again, really, it's that's not really something that we can even really determine wholeheartedly because our recording processes are completely different.
Yeah.
The fact is he comes into the room, he sits down, he plays the beat, and he starts writing.
I prefer the right reason being is because not because like I got to because my freestyling is retarded. You know what I'm saying? But I'm forgetful. Like I have a whole concept, and if I don't write that shit down, I just forget everything.
Now, mind you, he's the rapper and I'm the singer. So, the first thing that he really pays attention to is delivery and lyrics.
Yeah.
But me on the other hand,
that flow too. Yeah.
Me on the other hand, though, my main concern is melody. The fact of the matter is, I pay more attention to the melody than anything because we're at a time right now in any genre of music where people are paying more attention to the melody than they are to the actual lyrics. So the fact of the matter is, I come into the studio, I listen to the beat. I hear for about a good 30 seconds. I get behind the mic. I start singing a bunch of gibberish that makes no sense, but nonetheless, it's to find the right melody. From all the melodies that I chose from, I'll pick 2 or 3 that will match with the whole song throughout the entire song.
Exactly.
Once I've got those 2 or 3 melodies, I leave the room and I start writing.
He usually does that when he sets it off first, but if I go first, his melodies come extremely fast because he's feeding off of me.
Exactly.
So like it's just like seconds.
That's where the difference comes in. You know, me besides being a singer, I'm a musician. So in being a musician, you know, after years of learning how to read music and how to understand music and feel it, I come into a room and in the first 30 seconds of the beat's already in my head. I already know every drop, every hi-hat, every snare, everything. So in 30 seconds, the beat's already in my head. I can literally walk outside, write a whole 12-bar verse without even having to come back and listen to the beat. So it's 2 completely different flows and 2 completely different ways of recording. It's fun as fuck.
Oh yeah, man.
It's fun as fuck.
It's one of the best things, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like because
I mean I don't know about him. You know, I can only speak for me, but I can genuinely say that, you know, as a man and as an artist, I can genuinely say that I came to the realization a long time ago that he would have never gotten where he's gotten in his career, and I would have never gotten where I've gotten to in my career if we wouldn't have gotten together and we wouldn't have made music together. At the end of the day, to get to where we've gotten to and to where we're going to, we need each other.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If the day we met, if I would have just walked by him and not said shit, life would have been. I don't even think this interview would have even happened.
Yeah,
like,
we probably would.
I just kept it moving, and that shit would have been
You know, not even to knock anybody down, but probably would have stopped making music.
Yeah, I would have went in a different direction. I don't know if he's gonna make music. I still do it because I've been engineering for forever. I had multiple studios and shit, so I would probably kept at it, but I wouldn't. I don't know what he would have been doing. Oh man, I can't swim, man.
He really can't, guys. Like he needs a whole floaty. He's got one with a little rubber ducky.
Yeah, hell yeah. I just need a rubber ducky. We're good.
A fun fact about me. So ironically, right, living in the hood and shit, because who would ever thought, I actually really enjoy the outdoors. Like, I'm not that crazy.
He's such a nature ass nigga, dog.
Like, I'm actually really not that, like, much of a city boy. Like, I really, honestly, like, the first couple times and moments in my life when I've experienced nature in this whole, like, form.
He's picking up leaves and shit.
I genuinely felt a certain peace in my life. It is what it is. Fuck you.
That nigga's going through the dirt.
You know what?
Like,
you know what?
The soil's old.
You know what, bitch? If you ever get lost, I ain't gonna let nobody track your ass.
Nigga, I'm just gonna throw the leaves up and see where the wind blows, nigga. I'm like, there's P.O.C.
Nah, but real shit, man. I like the outdoors, dog. Like, I love river rafting, hiking, like, you feel me? I've tried getting this motherfucker here to go river rafting with me, but you know, according to him, don't quote me here, niggas don't swim. So,
not
here
just
we
black
are.
people, not just black people, what's it, niggas?
Here we are. You know, I just want to take this moment to really put a brief message out there, you know, for everybody who's been supporting us and for everybody who's been looking out for us and been there for all the years that me and this man have been making music together and have been supporting the wave.
Thank you.
And been doing and I've loved what we do, man. We honestly could not appreciate y'all anymore. Like, y'all are the reason why we continue, no matter how many walls that we hit. Y'all are the reason why we continue to keep making music and continue to keep figuring out how to get over those walls. Because we know that there are so many of you that are waiting for that moment when you look up at your phone and you just see us all over the place, or you look up driving down the Palmetto and you look up there in South Beach and you look at a billboard and you see our album on it. You know, we know there's so many of you that are waiting for that moment, and the moment is so much closer than y'all.
836, you're on the 836, see the billboard passing Club Live.
That I know.
You gonna see that shit, man. But we appreciate you, and we appreciate the haters too, man. You guys are awesome.
You ain't lying,
motherfuckers.
You ain't lying. But we're there, man. We're right there. We're very close, and stay tuned. And we hope you guys keep enjoying the music.
Been real for the job. Been real for the job. Been real for the job.